Good morning, day 20 of our 99 days. Just going to sit for a while to start. See if anyone wants to join. Quite early on a Saturday. Today I want to give a reflection on the challenge I took on about 2 weeks ago, or 1 week ago, I don't know. And I shared with you that I booked myself a voice coach to open up this throat area where it feels that my voice is blocked and it feels like I can't speak my truth in the sense like I can't speak up for myself or for what I stand for or what I believe in, or I don't know exactly what it is, but it has been there all my life as far as I can remember. So I ask you to do the same, to pick something that is a challenge to you and that you keep postponing or procrastinating, and to get actually comfortable with something really uncomfortable. To overcome a lack belief or to overcome a pattern or to heal or to release something. So I went to this voice coach. And it's interesting what happened in the past week. That's why I would like to share it just as an experience. And I can't put meaning to it all. But anyway, so I went there to this coach. And she had this beautiful space with a very old piano, beautiful one. And it was very nice energy in that space. And I was a little bit late because I misjudged the time. So we started straight away, and she started with sitting behind the piano, and I had to stand in front of her behind, this desk where you can put music on. And my whole body kind of froze, like, we're not going to sing, are we? I'm just here for the voice coaching, like to see where there's an emotional block. I'm not here to learn to sing. And so she said, like, how often do you sing? And have you ever sang before? And have you ever had lessons? And I said, well, I'm not here to sing. I don't even want to learn that. I just want to release this area. And she was really relaxed, and she was like, no, we just start. Just follow me. So I had to follow her on her piano and follow the tunes. And we just had to use a certain letter. So an A or an A or an U or an E. And then I had to follow her tune. And it was really interesting to notice how I completely contracted within, because I had opened myself up to this session around a voice coach, not really know what to expect. But I didn't open up to be able to learn to sing. And I noticed a lot of lack beliefs within me, like, I cannot sing. And I'm not going to sing here. But at the same time, I thought, like, okay, I'm here now. I'm in front of this piano. I can't go anywhere else besides staying in silence, so I did. And it was very uncomfortable to hear myself sing. And sometimes when the letter was right, for instance, like the E, then it felt really well. It felt really like, oh, this is really nice to do. But with the I, for instance, it completely contracted here. I couldn't just even, and later on we had to sing a little song, and I couldn't start a sentence with I. And then there was another letter what gave a problem, and it gave a complete contraction in my solar plexus area. So the area just below your ribs. And it really made me feel nauseous. And then she later, so I shared it with her, and then she found online that the I was completely related to this area, this chakra area, whatever you call it, and it had to do with not being able to speak your truth, and of course saying I is about starting with your own self. I want this, I believe this, I need this, whatever it is. So we continued, and I relaxed a little bit more into it. And then from that day on, my whole throat area was not really painful, but I noticed a slightly little cough, and like I said before, I'm never ill. But I have 2 kids in the house who are a little bit ill, so I thought like I might have picked up on something, although I never do that. I mean, all the flus and all the fevers, I never pick up. So, and then yesterday night, I am in a dialogue with the company to really take a deep dive in how to put something online as an automated program. So how can I share my vision, my insights in a way that I can reach so many people as I would love to, and in a combination with this concept of the 99 days. And I'm not really sure how it looks like, but I had, for the last 6-7 months, I had compared many companies who offer those courses, and finally got back to the first one. So I had this call with this strategy consultant, and he asked me, what do you really want? Do you want to keep it small and just reach perhaps maximum 100 people a year? Or do you want to really play big? And do you want to reach many people? And I immediately could feel the contraction again here in my throat, like, I'm not really up to that. Who am I to talk to so many people? I mean, this now feels safe because it's a trial and you all volunteered, so there's no obligation from my side. But if I want to ask money for it, am I really up to that? Do I really believe that what I have to share is even worth money, or is good enough to reach so many people? So as soon as I hang up the phone, I felt that this whole area was swollen. So last night, that's why I'm drinking tea, I went after that call, was late, so I went straight to bed, and my throat immediately was so painful. I couldn't swallow anymore. The tonsils here are swollen and painful. And I just thought like, wow, this is really, really interesting that that this area still needs absolute attention. Because whatever I had in my life only was related to this area. I've never had any other illnesses besides some headaches, but that was only in my teenage years and early 20s. So I had a rough night. I couldn't sleep, and I was just going over it again and again, like, okay, are you going to step up in the light now? Are you going to face the uncomfortable? Are you still going to tell yourself that you're not good enough? Are you still keep yourself small? Actually, that's actually what we're doing if we don't do something we really want. And for 3 years, I have been so passionate about this. I never found a way to do it. And as I shared before, this is the first version in combination with coaching that I really love doing. I really feel so natural in a way. Like it's so, doesn't cost me energy. It's just, it's fun doing. And it's energizing even. It doesn't cost me energy, it's energizing. But stepping up to the next step is something different, I felt. So there's something to watch at, to look at. So I'm wondering if you all have picked already your challenge and also put it into practice. And I'm really curious what you experienced. If you felt contraction or uncomfortability or fear coming up. So and apparently it comes in stages, because starting the 99 days really felt well, and I thought, oh, this is my sweet spot. And then being asked yesterday to step up to another level, as I perceive it to be, it almost felt like, oh, I have to, I'm not going to continue with this. Like this confirmation, like, okay, you cannot do this. So it's so interesting how we can so easily keep ourselves small. It's so fearful to step in the light. Why is that? Why is it so difficult to shine? What are we afraid of, or do we feel uncomfortable towards others? Are we not allowed to shine because then that's translated as arrogance or ego, or we don't really fit in anymore, we stand out so people judge us? All projection, of course, but it's hard to receive. Or is it just our inner voice who tells us to be small? And that with just this one sentence, we're not good enough, is so strong for every human. Excuse me. And of course, I don't know if these throat sickness is completely directly related to what happened around my voice, but it's quite a coincidence. And it doesn't mean that any one of you, if you go through this challenge, that you will get ill. Don't get scared for that. I knew I picked up a big one. I knew I picked up something that I really was postponing for many, many, many years. But this resonance, whether what you want to do and want to explore, still needs to come from your heart space. like I felt for so long this excitement to be able to do that, not for the applause, not for the confirmation of others, purely because it just excited me to do that. It's hard to explain what it is that excites you if you have a passion about something. I can only share that it feels like there's no resistance within you when you imagine this role, when you imagine this task, or when you imagine this feeling of being at service to the world. And then there's something within you that really just opens up. And like I said before, it doesn't have to be one passion. You can have many different things that you really are excited about. But if there's one really clearly there for you, and it has been there for many years, but you never picked it up because of the uncomfortability, then try to start with that one. Just explore it in a practical sense. Do something with it. And see how you react to something uncomfortable or something challenging. And the dialogue I have with this company is also about making a huge investment into learning how to work with a platform, and actually buying also that platform, but transform it into my program, my content. And of course, the money is always something that comes up as well, as like, oh, that's too much of an investment. You should not do that. But that's just an excuse, because if you know that it will confirm your passion or your calling, or then it's a great investment. Whether it pays itself back or not, it's just even great for the fact that if you can miss the money, that you can explore that, can do that, and can be of service to the world, to others, whatever it is. So this is this phase of empowerment I shared earlier, like you have the person mind, empathic mind, and then the empowered mind. And this is really where you are challenged with your heart desire. And then you kind of look back to your person mind with the lack beliefs and the inner critic voice. So for me now, the question is just go back to my intention, go back to my heart desire, and really sense what's holding me back here. What's the really fear underneath this? And what I share today, I think, is the fear, but is that all? Is there something else not seen? So really try to pick something that really makes you uncomfortable. Even the idea gives a contraction. Or it doesn't even give a contraction, it just gives the voice like, oh, but you're never good enough. You don't even feel the contraction, you already pushed it away before you can think about it. Or, oh no, that's nothing for me. I love it if other people do that, but that's nothing for me. And it helps if you pick someone you really admire. It can be a famous person, can be a person in your environment. And what is it that you admire about that person? And that might already be an indicator for something you're passionate about. Like, I admire people who are very articulate and eloquent in speaking. I can just listen. I don't know if you know Jason Silva, but he's just a waterfall of words without a single second to even to breathe. And it's always, every sentence is perfect. And the messages in those sentences are great. And I can't even believe how he does that. And I love listening to it. And there's something within me that wishes, like, oh, if I could do even 10% of what he's doing. How amazing would that feel? So this is this challenge of just not just going into presence and being aligned with your heart, but also take a next step. Get out of the comfort zone of your regular life. Do something new, do something else, or do something old. It can be old as well, but you pushed it away. Something you really desire. I think I'm gonna stay silent for another 10 minutes. Nothing else comes up, so, and then I have to leave to Belgium. very difficult for me now to get into a deeper state, I notice, because so much uncomfortability in my body. I feel a little bit dizzy and sweaty. In a sense, like trembling. I think I have to leave you a little earlier because I'm really very dizzy. So I'm going to lie down before I drive to Belgium. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Ciao.